Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm really sorry it's been a short while since I did a last sort of like vlog style video. It's been a pretty busy couple of weeks, but we are now 2 days out, so 2 days out today, and I thought that I would take you through a little bit of like 2 days out and then 1 day out tomorrow, just to show you, I suppose, what these couple of days are looking like leading into the first show. Just as an overview, I'm sure I'll touch on this later, but I'm feeling good. I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to just enjoying the show day and just presenting everything and enjoying that day with all the people around me that I love and sharing it with all of you guys as well. So we are just at pre-meal, so I'm doing my last session today. Yesterday I did push, today I'm doing pull, and food is a little bit higher, so we've done a linear load. We kind of discussed this in one of my recent YouTube videos, but we've basically done a bit of a linear load. The response has been great. I'll probably get AJ to talk about it later, because for me as an athlete, it's like I just want to kind of do the do and not worry too much about thinking about why I'm doing certain things, whatever it is. That's AJ's job. So a little bit more food is going in, has been going in over this week. So today I'll show you what those meals look like, starting with my pre-meal, because my first meal has been the same, so just berries and whey. No creamy though. Creamy's come out because we're just pulling down the food volume a little bit. So it's been it's actually not been that bad. I've been fine. Because my food overall is a bit higher anyway. So pre-meal here is just, chicken and veg.
Yeah.
No.
Linear load. No, just loading the veg.
Just the veg, yeah. No, we've got the normal chicken veg, but then we've got a glorious.
That's gonna be hot, sure. Yeah, put it down, please.
I got a glorious 75 grams of rice, and then that will have some dark chocolates with it. Dark chocolates.
Burn the t-shirt. Just put it down on the worktop.
It keeps my belly warm.
Oh God.
75 grams of rice, dark chocolate. By the way, sorry about like my colour, because my hands are obviously white, my body's
I'm not sure
dark.
Anyone's remotely concerned about that, right?
But it's because we're doing my tan. I'll talk about that later. Anyway, this is the pre-meal.
Sure.
We'll eat this now, and then I'll talk you through my intro, and we will head to the gym.
Cheers.
I know the air conditioner took us forever. That what do you call it? You know that beep beep beep? Oh yeah. That was been going on. But luckily he's been able to, go up there and eat meat.
So we've just had our pre. I've had my pre-workout ride on, which I think I went through in the last video. It's now actually starting to do something. Now I have some more carbohydrates actually in the system as well. But making my coffee for training, same as usual. And then I have got my intra in here, which now has 20 grams of cyclic dextrin alongside my normal EAAs and creatine. So some of the carbs we put in did go into the intra, and most of them really actually around the training window, with that extra bit pre, extra post, which I'll guide you guys through. But once this is made, we will head to the gym. This is part of, for those interested, my total fluid intake for the day. So at the moment I'm doing 6.5 litres and 2 coffees, which I keep constant. So it's just about finding that baseline and then keeping it the same, or manipulating it based on the adjustments that AJ has put in place. We have actually added in an extra 500 mils of water, which went in yesterday, just alongside a little bit of a bump in food. But my normal baseline, aside from that, even before we started to monitor things, this peak was like 6 litres. So it's just about making any changes from there as was needed. Hello everyone, I'm just back from the gym now. It is 4:15, so I had a very good pull session. It was pretty much the same session as usual. I can't remember if I've mentioned this, but I did push pull. So the session was basically the same as my normal pull session, but volume just like a tiny little bit lower. That's basically what we've done with those sessions as of this week. But it was a good session, like feeling really good. We're super happy with the look and just how I'm generally responding to slightly higher loaded days. Definitely looking fuller but holding condition at a level that we need to for figure, whilst obviously making sure that like I do look full, I do feel like I'm not getting on stage flat and small, because ultimately displaying my muscularity and displaying my shape, especially in figure, is super important. So we're very happy with how things are moving, how things are going. Today, as I mentioned, is just a standard loading day, so food is a little bit higher. Body weight has actually been like relatively stable. It came up a touch and then it was stable like yesterday, so we're doing the exact same day of eating today as we did yesterday. So post-workout, I had 75 grams of cream of rice and 100 grams of berries, so that's 25 grams extra cream of rice in that meal, and that was delightful. I have to admit, it tastes and looks like cream of rice is kind of meant to be, whereas when I have 50 grams, it's kind of like cream of rice, but mainly more so just like water. So there was a bit more substance there, which was good. But yeah, we took shots, ate post-workout. We have just come home now. I'm just putting on my next rice meal and rice for AJ for his next meal as well. So in this next meal, which was previously just like chicken, veg on its own, like no fats either as well, it's now chicken, 75 grams of rice and 20 grams of dark chocolate, so literally the same as my pre-workout meal. So originally when we made the first increase, I had 50 grams of rice here, and then it went up the other day to 75, so we put in an extra 20 carb in this meal. So that is what I am preparing now. So I'll pop this rice on. I've pretty much done all of the steps that I need to do for today. So my goal today is just 7,500. I'm on like 6.5, 7 now. So basically just last little jobs to do around the house. So I'm gonna prepare this now, and then I will get a shower where I need to make sure that I do like all of my shaving now, because I'm 2 days out. So I need to do all of my shaving tonight. Obviously you have to shave literally everywhere because you need to have that like clear base. So AJ's gonna have to literally get like all the fluff like off my back and everything, which is lots of fun. And then I'm gonna wash my hair as well, just so that that is basically done for tomorrow, because I don't like my hair when it's like just freshly washed. It sometimes looks a bit like staticky. So I'm gonna wash it tonight, and then I can straighten it tomorrow, and then that's sorted. And then tomorrow I can just kind of do all the tanning and other bits that I need to do, just to guide you guys through where I'm at. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna get this sorted, get my shower, and then I will catch up with you guys from there. I have just been making this with 300 mils of water as well, so just measuring that out to make sure that that is consistent. And the same thing goes for my my cream of rice and stuff as well, just keeping that fluid the same. And then if we wanted to make any adjustments on top of that or side of that, then obviously AJ's making those. But that's just one thing to kind of be mindful of, is just setting that consistency in place. And that's usually what I'll do with clients, is just make sure that as we are like assessing just where their baseline is leading into a peak, just making sure that they are keeping things like consistent, and then we can know if we want to make any changes or need to make any changes on top of that, and we can adjust really easily because we already have that baseline, that consistent baseline already set in stone. Oh God. No, that's too close. That's too close. This is not a look that anyone wants to see that close up.
All right, guys.
It is now just after 6. It took far too long for me to shave my whole body, wash my hair, dry my hair. It's not the most fun part of getting ready for a show, is it, AJ? The entire body shaving. But we have to do it. We get it done. We're now sitting down at meal 4, which, as I mentioned, this is literally a repeat of my pre-meal, so that is a wonderful occasion. So we're going to sit and eat this in a relaxed state, which is very important, especially if your food gets higher, if you're loaded into a show, whatever it is. Please don't rush your food. Doesn't matter how hungry you are, if you sit and you rush that food, you're not going to digest it well, you're not going to feel great. So make sure that you take your time to sit and chill and relax. That's what these stages are all about, just keeping low stress. So yeah, gonna have this now, and then we will chill and we will do, sorry AJ looked at me very angrily then, and then we will do my next layer of tan, which we're so excited.
Layer of tan. No man, comment below. That is not how you say layer. It's got a Y in it. L-A-Y-E-R. Not L-A-I-R. Lair. Dragon's lair. Dragon's layer.
I think you say lair if you're from
Lair. Lair of tan.
We will be doing my tan, right?
Cheers.
We are just about to do my tan very shortly before my last meal, but I'm just sitting down to write out my log, and I wanted to point out that if anyone wants to see like step by step exactly what we've done over this week, I've literally logged everything in complete depth on here. So just to kind of show you quickly, this was some of my updates from yesterday, where I actually went through some comparisons from like the start of this peak to where we were at kind of yesterday. So I don't know if this is going to focus, but you can kind of see the difference in terms of fullness, and obviously the tan helps, but you can massively see the difference in just the overall look here. And I've been given full kind of like feedback in terms of what I've been doing every single day, with regards to kind of like the diet, the layout, how I'm feeling, etc. So if you obviously want to follow that along and you want to kind of read it, which is basically, it's like my journal really, with the way that I lay everything out, please make sure to check that out, because one, it's obviously there if you want to just follow along, but of course I'm trying to make it as educational, as helpful as I possibly can do. So if you want to learn more about this process, and of course join the MBW community, you can ask questions about literally everything, learn so much about so many different athlete processes. You can quite literally learn and ask anything you want, do make sure to join the site and get involved in the forums on that. So that is another base coat done. As you can see, we are looking lovely and dark. It looks ridiculous because we're obviously leaving my hands and feet pale until tomorrow when we do the proper coats. But just to kind of show you guys what we're doing, because for BNBF we have to do our own tan, because they don't have like a spray tanning affiliate. So we are literally just doing pro tan. I've been doing base coats because of how unbelievably pasty I am. So we've been doing, I don't know what he's done with it. I think it's because we finished it. So we've been doing super dark, and so obviously you have like just a standard base coat, but there's a super dark version of this. We did a coat on Wednesday, rinse, coat yesterday, Thursday, rinse, coat tonight, which is Friday. I'll rinse this tomorrow. Then tomorrow we will do 2 layers of the base, and then we will obviously leave that on, that will just stay on, and then we'll do top coat on the Sunday morning before we go to the venue. So that is just to make sure that I am as dark as I need to be. I think that's probably one thing that obviously if you're doing your own tan as well can be very easily missed, because you don't sometimes realise how dark you actually need to be. And obviously if you're naturally quite pasty, it's easy to then not maybe put enough on, just do the recommendation of like, oh, 1 coat before, 1 coat morning of, and then you're just not dark enough. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we will be dark enough come Sunday. That is obviously the goal. But yeah, that is all finished. I'm now going to have my last meal, which is 150 grams of berries, 30 whey, 20 nut butter, which is just my usual last meal. So I'll have that, chill out, go to bed, finish off my water for the day and my glutathione. I've been having glutathione max the past couple of days because I started to feel a little bit under the weather, and I did not fancy getting sick, so that's been going in the past few days. But I probably won't have that tomorrow just because the sweetness from it can just make my tummy feel a bit funny, and I've obviously pulled out other sweeteners over the past few days just to make sure that they're not causing any sort of like stomach issues or anything like that. But yeah, going to make my last meal now, chill out, get some good rest, and then I will catch you guys in the morning. Good morning everyone. It is Saturday the 24th of August. I am one day out from the BNBF Northern, and this morning we're sitting down in basically the normal routine that we always have. I actually touched on this in my Instagram post yesterday, just kind of talking about how you know, keeping stress low and keeping routine very much the same is such an important and integral part of keeping obviously an athlete just like chill and at their best going into a show. And especially for me, like I just like to keep things exactly the same, and that's kind of been a nice thing I suppose about this prep as a whole, has been that it has just been more of my daily life and doing the stuff that I love. Like not much has really changed. It's obviously all been really positive and amazing stuff, but at the same time there hasn't been like a huge over glorification of the process in a sense. But equally today does have to be an important day of actually organising, getting stuff ready. So later on I will take you through like what I've been packing and things that I've been getting ready for tomorrow, because that has been something I've had to wrap my head around a little bit. And I'll admit my sleep last night was not bad. I'll actually check my Oura ring and see what it says. It wasn't a bad night's sleep, but I was just thinking more. That's the one thing, because usually I'm like in bed and I'm like knocked out cold, no problems. Whereas last night I was just kind of like thinking a little bit more about like things I need to get ready for show day, and that's natural. Okay, my sleep was not too bad. I've got a 77 sleep score, so it could definitely be worse. But as I was saying, right now I am sitting down at my desk to just start my morning work really. So work just stays the same. I like to keep the same flow, same routine. I've not changed anything at all this week. And of course, like work is, I say it's my number one priority, but I manage, you know, my process as an athlete and my work both as my number one priority. They both come first and they both work really well in synergy. So starting off my day with some check-ins. My client Lexi competing today actually in the US. So I know she won't be up yet, but I just want to make sure that I'm really happy with all of her plan for today, and also make sure that she's got everything sorted for like post-show today and tomorrow. That's really important, so that she obviously has that plan of action in place straight out of the gates. So we pretty much already have, and this is the same for most of my athletes, is like we'll have the plan for what they need to do at like one day out and show day like already pretty much formulated. If any changes need to be made, they'll be very, very minor based on like the look on that day. But usually we found like a predictable formula of what we want to be, whether that be we know this food intake works, we know this body weight works, and this is kind of where we kind of want to be to nail this look. So she's already pretty much got everything sorted. Want to make sure she's all good. I also have my client Jess competing tomorrow, so I'll be checking with her, same sort of drill, making sure that she's all good to go for tomorrow as well. And then also just my other girls that I've got checking in today, who are also in prep, that I've generally moved their check-ins. If they were, for example, checking in tomorrow, I have moved that to today, just because I probably shouldn't be doing check-ins on my show day. So yeah, gonna crack on with that now, and then I'll probably catch up with you guys at my actual check-in with AJ and talk you through my plan for today.
I don't want to take more pictures. I'm just taking. All right, that's the one shot.
Relaxed.
Front relaxed, guys.
Forgot to film the full all around. So
cheers.
there we go. No more cheersing.
Big on this.
That's what I want when I come off stage.
Cheers.
Cheers. I could do that myself after my tea walk. Cheers. Don't worry guys, that's not happening. Right.
Are you gonna keep it on for the point where
Yeah.
Alright, okay, cool. Right, let's go. Yeah, then that's but you don't need to go like this, yeah?
Okay.
So do the front relaxed, yeah? That's it. Then from there, that's better. That's better. See what I mean?
Yeah.
You can practice in the mirror if you want, but like you can hit it like probably like bodybuilding style as well, like yeah, that's nice. We'll just keep working on it. Big slice.
I'm only gonna have to do it tomorrow.
Yeah. Nice.
It's the only time I'll ever have to do it.
I know, but I'm gonna get you to keep practicing it even in the off season because it's just, if you can improve, that's great.
That is check-in done then for this morning. I did forget to film my figure round, so I mainly just added in a few of the fun bodybuilding poses, but that has been basically sent to AJ. Obviously he sees it in person, and I am now, as I kind of said yesterday, I just do what I need to do, let AJ make the decisions, trust in him, because ultimately when you get to like the end of a prep as well, it's so hard for you to make any actual objective judgment of your own physique, and you don't need to, like that's why you have a coach there to do that. So he will confirm the plan of action for today, but my meal one is as usual as we adapted it on my last rest day. So I've got 100 grams of berries, 30 grams of whey, and then 20 grams of dark chocolate. So we did just add some fats into this meal. So I'm going to eat this now, watch a bit of YouTube, chill out, and that is pretty much going to be the plan today, really. Please excuse the washing machine that sounds like it's literally about to explode. I am just preparing my second meal, literally just done like some more work bits. I'm just, like I say, keeping my normal day pretty much the same, just doing like normal jobs, things like that. I have had an extra coffee, so I am having 3 caffeine servings, so like I usually have 2, so I'm having 3 today, keeping them like lower volumes, not having like a huge amount of fluid with them, just 1 pump on the Nespresso, and that is just to basically promote a little bit more diuresis, and I'll also be finishing my fluid a little bit lower today. So far I am 3.5 litres and 2 coffees deep. I just have 1 more coffee and then another 3 litres, which I'll space out. I've laid that out to make sure I have that in between my meals. But I'm preparing my second meal here, so I've got my veg and then some avocado, chicken and kimchi. So this is pretty much the same as my normal meal 2 rest day, and this will be the last of like the veg that I have. So I had fruit with meal 1, veg with this meal, and then my meals for the rest of the day are just going to be like the carbs, the protein, the fats, but no added fruit or veg, and that's just literally to keep my tummy super tight, because as AJ mentioned, we were really happy with the look this morning. Just want to keep my tummy really tight, and it's so important that for all female categories, but especially for figure, I need to keep my waist tight so that I can display the best tape possible. So that is the reasoning for that, and of course tomorrow will be very much like low volume food. Nice and prepared, I will enjoy the last of my lovely vegetables, because I actually love, well, as you should do, love my fruits and veg, so I'm actually more upset about those going away. I would actually, I know it sounds a bit backwards, but I would happily eat like big meals of like just protein with fruits and veg over like having the carbs, but obviously it's for a purpose. But I did want to mention very quickly, just a little bit of a tip for people if you are and when you are tracking and monitoring salt, water. Salt, always weigh your salt out in advance of the day. It's the easiest way that you can keep it consistent and make sure that it is accurate. So at the start of every single day, I will take a mug, put it on the scales, and actually let it weigh the mug first, because otherwise it won't detect any additions on top of it. Usually if you try and zero a scale and then do salt, it just won't notice a difference at all. But for some reason, when you already have something weighed on, it picks it up. So weigh that out in advance of the day, and then you can distribute that over your meals as needed. Ideally, you're probably going to be just distributing like the same or even amounts across meals. So if you want, you can weigh that out on top, but you know that then that is the same. And then with regards to water as well, you could obviously measure it out in like cups or jugs if you wanted to. But the easiest way is to have some bottles, whether they're like a litre and a half, whatever it is. I've taken the label off of these ones so AJ knows that these are mine. Do not say about these ones, and just put them aside. And then you know what you need. So like, for example, I needed 4 of those for today, plus an extra 500 mils, because one of those is 1.5 litres and I'm having 6.5 litres. So I just did 4 of those, and then I added in an extra 500 mils, which I've already consumed. So I just have literally those 2 to finish for the rest of the day, and it just makes things really, really easy and simple. So if ever you are tracking, monitoring things like that, just make it as simple, as stress-free as you possibly can do. I've just come up into my little dressing room because I've got a few of the, I suppose, more like beauty preparation jobs that I need to do. I'm going to paint my toenails because I actually need to sort my toes out. So I'm going to paint my toenails. I'm going to get like my makeup bits ready for tomorrow. I actually bought one of these things because I realised I need to actually do my makeup properly and have something available that works in the dark as well. So I bought a little, oh look at that, a light up mirror so that I can use that tomorrow and take that with me on the day if I do need to do any makeup touch-ups. So I'm going to just get a few bits organised that I need to do. I am also just going to take a little bit of time to just kind of like write my thoughts out, I suppose. I always do my daily sort of like gratitude notes in the morning, but I'm just going to write out a few more things, a few more thoughts in this lovely little notepad that my mum bought me. I don't know if I've spoken about it much on this channel, but I am a little bit Harry Potter obsessed. So my mum bought me a nice little Marauders map notebook. So I'm gonna write a few notes, thoughts in there, and then I can also kind of cross transfer that into a post that I have just started to write. Because I'm gonna do a little bit of an Instagram post on just kind of like my general reflections and stuff, and then once I've done that, I'll probably have a few more bits that I want to actually talk through on here as well, because I obviously want to give my reflections on Instagram, but I want to kind of talk about things with you guys as well. And I generally feel as though on here I can kind of speak a little bit more openly and freely, so it'll just be nice for me to kind of share that with you all. I'm just about to sit down.
Well, it's weird. I'm here as well.
Yeah, you're here, to be fair. AJ is here with meal number 3, which is 50 grams of cream of rice with 20 grams of almond butter and 30 grams of whey. No berries, as I mentioned, as they have been removed from this meal. And I'm going to watch quali, which is fabulous. I've told AJ multiple times that I'm really upset that the race is going to be starting literally when I get on stage, and apparently I'm not allowed to watch Sky go backstage because it'll probably be the opening lap and I'll miss my cue. So
silly.
So we're going to sit and enjoy this now. Just to show you guys, I suppose, what I have prepped and what I've had to get ready. So these are most of my meals for tomorrow. So I've got, first meal is going to be whey with a little bit of berries and some dark chocolate, which I will have before I leave the house, so I don't need to prepare that. My second meal is going to be this chicken here, some rice which will go in here, which I may or may not have just depending on kind of where I wake up tomorrow, and then some dark chocolate with that meal. My meal 3, which I'll have in between pre-judge and finals, is going to be this cream of rice, which will go with some honey and dark chocolate. That's for my last meal if I don't get home in time for it, which is going to be like whey berries, nut butter. And then this is for my like post show meal, which is going to be just chicken, veg, rice, and kimchi, I think. But I can talk you guys through that tomorrow because I'm going to film a few bits. But that is pretty much everything in there. I've also got my little bag sorted here, so I've already got like my honey in here, I've got some supplements I need, I've got salt, which I will just need for my second meal to put on that when I need it. And basically what I've done, so that you guys can see how I'm getting myself organised, because I had a few questions just kind of asking, how do I get organised, what do I need for the show? Well, I've got a lovely forehead vein going on there. I basically made this little sheet where I've kind of done everything that I need in my bag on the day, and then whether I like need to buy it. So originally a lot of this stuff was like yes, and now it's obviously all no because I've got it all. And then whether I packed it. So I'm going to go through all this stuff at the end of the day here today, but this is pretty much everything that I just need to make sure that I have so I do not forget anything. But my bag is already here. I kind of started packing this like a few days ago just to make sure that I have everything that I needed. So what I've got in the bag so far, this is actually just my posing suit, so that I'll just take with me in case. But so far I literally have got my blanket. I've got a little fan that I have purchased just in case I get really hot backstage, because I generally do get quite red. I've got my ride-on, which is what I'm going to have pre-stage, and that's just a little charging lead. I've got my portable charger, headphones charging over there. I've got my suit in here. So I'll actually show you guys this now. This is my robe in here as well. I've got my show shine, which is basically the glaze that I'll put on before I go on stage. I will also probably take some tan with me, obviously just to make sure I have it for any touch-ups. But this is my beautiful suit from Time to Shine. Put this up. Here we go. It is honestly, it's so beautiful. Nat has done such a perfect job. I don't want to take it out because it's all like perfectly packed. But honestly, I'm so in love with it. It is everything I could have wanted and more. So I am very, very excited to wear this tomorrow. It's literally perfect, and I feel super confident in it, which is obviously the main thing. And yeah, I'm immensely grateful to Nat for having me on the team and doing that beautiful suit. And she's done suits for a lot of my clients that are competing this year, and they're all stunning. Really, she's done such an amazing job. So, you know, if you are looking to get a suit for your shows, do definitely get in touch with Nat and look at Time to Shine, because they are fantastic, and she takes amazing care of all of the clients, all of the athletes that she puts on stage. Make sure that we look and feel our most confident when it comes down to displaying our work. So yeah, that is pretty much everything there. So just those final bits to pack, little things that are on there that need to go in. I don't actually know where my jewelry is. Oh, it's in there, it's in that box. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I need to run through. There's a few things on there, like taking a pillow with me, making sure obviously I've got like the scales, I've got my makeup mirror, all my makeup, all of that stuff upstairs, because I am obviously doing my own hair and makeup, which I'll do tomorrow, because yeah, today's not my best look. But I will be obviously doing all of that in the morning before we do go. But other than that, that's pretty much everything sorted for today, which is nice. So now I'm just going to do my check-in with AJ, see if he's ready. And we'll just make sure that we are super happy with everything ahead. Fabulous. I really am looking about 12 years old right now. I don't think there's any point in me trying to make myself look nice. Like this is just how I look without makeup on. I'm preparing myself to do my tan, so I can't exactly hide the fact that I literally look like a child when I've not got makeup on. I feel like on this channel I definitely like to share the honest, raw version of myself. But anyway, it is now just after 5. I've got my salmon in the grill for my next meal. I'm actually going to have that first, and then we're going to do my tan, just to make sure that my meals don't end up being too close together. But I wanted to take this time to, like I say, just sit and kind of give you guys my thoughts in terms of how I'm feeling in general. I actually did a little bit of an Instagram post to just talk about this, but I suppose the main thing that I am really feeling when it comes down to it is that I am just excited tomorrow to present everything that I've worked for. Like, yes, I'm obviously a bit nervous because it's been a long time since I got on stage. The last time that I competed, it was just a completely different situation. Like, I really do feel like a first timer, because when I did that first show, like, I didn't have all of this amazing support. I didn't even have, you know, the close circle that I do now in terms of people that I knew in bodybuilding. Like, I was very like isolated. I was very young as well, so I was just kind of like just dipping my toes in things. The year I competed was COVID as well, so there was literally nobody at my show. Like, there was no audience. I had one person there in the audience, and that was it. So I am actually really excited to enjoy this day tomorrow and like have friends, family there, actually be at a show, actually step on a proper bodybuilding stage and have a really nice experience. That's going to be really special. And of course, like I say, the main thing anyway is just displaying my progress. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna look on stage as a figure athlete compared to the girls. I'm also very small, so as much as sometimes every now and then I look at my pictures, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe like I will fit in figure. I then remember that I am literally like 4'10". I'm super tiny, and I don't know how that's gonna look next to others. But these are things that I can't control. You know, like, you can't control the results. You can't control, like, I can't change my structure. I can't change who's going to be there on the day. And ultimately, I don't do this for trophies or anything. Like, bodybuilding to me has given me so much purpose. I'll get emotional, but it has literally given me purpose in life. You know, like, I have spoken about this a lot at other points, but it did really save my life from going down a pathway like I didn't even think I'd be here today, you know. So to be where I am and to also have made the progress that I know I have, and giving myself this opportunity in life to, you know, not think that I don't deserve to be here or I'm not enough, and instead actually try to be the best that I can possibly be every single day, and allowing myself to do that. And I know that I do that every day. Like, I love this, and in the simplest forms, like, I just love training. I love that I get to do something that I literally love and I'm so passionate about every day. Like, that's the most amazing thing for me. And then on top of that, the fact that that then pushes me to be my best is incredible, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful that I get to present that tomorrow. I'm so grateful that I've been able to share that with so many people and hopefully positively impacted so many people as well, and I can continue to do that. And I'm so grateful for how amazing this prep has been so far, and it's literally, you know, the season is just getting started. Like, this is the first run of a couple shows. I'm looking forward to kind of dusting off the nerves a little bit, and the real goal really is to like push things to be at my absolute best towards like the end of the season, and by the time that the UKDFBA finals comes around in October. But like, even just so far, like, this prep has just been incredible. Like, I've been so immensely happy every single day in this prep. I've loved every moment. I continue to. So yeah, I'm feeling good. It's nice to obviously talk about these things as well, because otherwise these are just things that I keep in my head. So to be able to actually speak about them on camera is really nice, and you guys have literally got the rawest version of me to discuss all of these things. But yeah, thank you to everyone who's obviously following along. I'm gonna grab like a few bits tomorrow, just like on my phone. I probably won't speak very much because I just want to be really present in the day. And I've also, like I say, I've got Lexi on stage soon. I've also got Jess in the show, and I want to make sure that I can be there for them as well. That's really important. So for the rest of this evening, I'm just gonna do my tan, get my meals in. I'll show you guys the meals, but then other than that, it's just time for hopefully a good night's sleep, and then I'll run you guys hopefully in another video soon through the show day tomorrow. But I want to thank you so much for all of the support now, but I'm sure I will mention that again. My next meal here then is 50 grams of rice, 1 salmon fillet, and 35 grams of kimchi. So it's looking very much like an off-season meal with no vegetables, which is moderately sad, but as I say, is what it is. It'll still be delicious, so I'll sit and eat this, and I'm going to put something like Emily in Paris on so I can just chill out and relax before we do my tan.
Yes, sirs.
Yeah, looking a little bit terrifying at the moment, so we'll keep it short and sweet. Last meal is, well, minor feet. Last meal is...
Can't see the feet, don't worry.
50
Paid
grams
content.
of, yeah, that's for my special subscribers only. 50 grams of cream of rice, 30 grams of whey, 20 grams of nut butter, 10 grams of dark chocolate. So we shall eat this now, chill, rest up, show day tomorrow. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for the support as always, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
Woo!
Cheers.
Cheers.